Welcome everyone to our last session for today of our virtual pre-departure session. We're just going to have a recap on our admissions, and I want to welcome you, Kyle UTAS. You want to spin around for us? There you go. What a nice spin that was. Hey Kyle, thanks for joining. To the audience, thanks for joining, guys. So we're just going to do a quick recap, about 20 minutes to half an hour max, about our admissions. We did do a recording at the start yesterday, so we're happy to answer any questions live at the end as well. This is the last pre-departure session of our whole series. They will be all recorded and available on our landing page. Feel free to pop in any questions you have along throughout the presentation, and I will moderate them towards the end. Kyle, over to you.
No worries. Thank you very much, Mona. Hello and welcome. My name's Kyle UTAS from UTAS. I'm just going to give you a quick update on our admissions process, right through from offer stage into the admitted, where we can help you enroll and get you here for our semester 2 July intake. So moving on straight into meeting conditions. All right, so you're a new student, you've applied, you've received your offer letter, congratulations, you're ready to go and you're really keen and excited to accept and start your journey at the University of Tasmania. But what I really want you to do is mainly take a step back and have a read of your offer letter, because you might have in that section called conditions, things that you need to do before you can accept that offer. Conditions such as submitting some academic transcripts from your previous study so that we can show that you met the entry requirements of the course. Your IELTS or PTE, that you need to show that you meet the English requirements of the course. And then there should be, depending on from what region you're from, some GTE conditions. So making sure that we do the proper checks to make sure that when you go for your visa, you've got a viable and high, strong chance of receiving that visa. Again, those GTE checks are not 100% definite. So while we do our checks, the visa agency will also do their checks, and we cannot at any time 100% guarantee a approved visa. That will be the visa agencies. So please have a strong look at your offer letter. Make sure that you're meeting all your conditions before you accept your offer. On the slide here, you can see that there's two ways of going in regards to meeting your conditions. If you have applied directly from the website and you're doing it all by yourself, then please have a look and read through the conditions and log into the application portal. Through My Application tab, you'll be able to see all your applications. You'll be able to then respond to your offer and to accept your offer, but only then once you've completed those conditions. If you've got an agent and you've applied through an agent, they will assist you and help you throughout that whole journey. But please know that if you are with an agent or you are applying direct, you will have an international recruitment officer in contact with you throughout this whole journey, calling you for that one-on-one personal service to get you through the journey and in to start your amazing time at the University of Tasmania. Remember, if you've got any questions, anything like that, please put them in the chat box and we'll answer them as we go. How to accept your letter of offer. So I touched briefly upon this on the conditions section. So if you're applying directly, you want to go through your application portal, and through My Applications tab, you'll have a list of the applications. We've got an image here to show you just briefly of how it looks. You then click on Actions and Respond to Offer. And again, accept that offer, but only once you've completed all the conditions. If you're going through an agent, they'll be able to do this on your behalf. But please know, accepting the offer, you do have to sign the offer. It is a contract. You are stating that whatever is on this offer, you will uphold and you will actually sign your name and agree, it's an agreement, that you're going to study at the University of Tasmania, so we can then process that properly for you and get you formally admitted and accepted into that course that you've applied for. We're going on to the next slide. So once you've completed your conditions and you've met and you've accepted that offer, the next stage is paying your fees. So on your offer letter, there'll be a section called finances or fees. That's the actual breakdown of the whole course, as well as your semester by semester, and as well the course deposit. Now, keeping in mind, that course deposit most likely will cover the first semester of your studies, plus your overseas health cover, if you've requested it. If you don't want overseas health cover, please let us know and we can remove that or add that to your offer at any stage. But please do this before you accept the offer. So you've done all that. How do you pay your fees? Again, if you're with an agent, you just talk through your agent and say, you've accepted, I'm ready to go to pay my fees. You'll go through that through the e-application section. So after you've responded to your offer, you've accepted, it may trigger you to go to our partner, the Western Union. But please know that if you do want to pay the fees directly to the university, at any stage you can request the University of Tasmania's bank account details. We'll supply those to you and you can pay direct. Again, if you're going through an agent, please be confident that you're getting the right bank details, everything like that, so you can pay through as quickly and effectively as possible. If you're going through a third party, I'd really like to stress that if they're not an approved agent or an approved third party with the University of Tasmania, at no time should you be giving fees to someone else to pay on your behalf. You want to make sure that the money is going to the university. You don't want to be scammed, anything like that. So please double check that the fees are going to the right people that will be able to handle that. If you are unsure, anything like that, please contact your agent or please contact the university at any time and we'll be able to help you with that process. On the slide there, you'll see also paying outstanding fees. So once you've accepted and studied your first semester, what will happen is you'll be asked to enroll into your second semester. So you can do that at any time, but please know that once you're enrolled into your classes, this will then generate a report. So that's an invoice, and that will tell you the breakdown of the units that you've enrolled into and the fees that you have to pay before the end of week 2 or census date. So it's really important that you have a look, you read all the information, and at any point, if you have any questions, get in touch with the university. We're more than happy to assist. And again, if you've got any questions, please put them in the chat. We'll be more than happy to answer as we go. Important dates. So every day I get a nice email or a call from someone and they ask, when can I accept my offer? When's the last day to accept? When does the course start? All these really important questions. Please know that on the slide, I've got them out there for you. So the accepting of your offer is 12th of July, 2020. This is for semester 2, 2020. So it starts in July. So the courses start on the 13th of July. Reason why we put the 12th of July for accepting your offer is because we want you here for day 1. That first week is vital. You need to know the admin of your course. So you need to know what you have to do to pass the unit, if there's exams, what week-to-week breakdown you have to do if there's like tutorials or lectures that you have to attend. That gives you everything that you need to know to successfully pass this unit within that first week. If you miss that first week, it's really going to set you back. So if you know that you're not going to be here for that first week, you know you're not going to be online, please let us know so we can actually get that information to you or give you the details of your lecturer so then you can actually be in contact with them. It's really important that you communicate with us so we know exactly what stage you're at. Semester 2 orientation date, the 6th of July. So orientation, we're going through at the moment, giving you as much information as possible. But on the 6th of July, the university will be holding another online orientation. This is for students that are both domestic and international. So you'll be able to get that information on everything that you need, accommodation, support, how to enroll, where to go, how to navigate through your Milo, your online system. All that information is going to be there, and it's also going to be in the recorded sessions that we've done for you the last 2 days. So if you do need anything, please let us know. We're more than happy to give any and every information that we can to you to help you set up for success. If you have any questions on important dates, accepting the offer, anything like that, please put them in the chat. Please put them in the question section, and we'll be able to answer them. Now, how to enroll into your units. This is the big one. You've done all that work, getting that offer, accepting the offer, getting yourself properly admitted into the system where you've just received your username and password. Now, what do? You need to enroll into the subjects that you're going to be studying in. The university will not do this for you. You need to take responsibility of what you're studying, so you need to enroll into those units. We will assist you. We will tell you what units you need to enroll into, and we'll actually guide you through how to do it. But it's really important that you visit the links like eStudent, resources for enrollments. Hopefully we can put it up for you in this chat section so it's nice and accessible for you. But the resources for enrollment, it's a short 2-3 minute video. It takes you through all the steps on how to select your unit, how to confirm that you're enrolled and ready to go. But just to let you know, if you don't enroll in your subjects, you're not actually cemented your spot in that unit or that course. So you won't be able to study anything because you're not enrolled in anything. Just accepting your offer isn't enough. We need you to enroll. If you have any issues, any questions, again, put them in the chat, or you can get in contact with us at any stage, and we're more than happy to assist you through this enrollment process. A great heads up as well, every student that currently has a live offer or have accepted their offer for the July intake, you will be starting to receive a one-on-one call from an international recruitment officer or an international peer leader. We'll be contacting you and asking you questions about, have you had a chance to enroll? Have you received your username and password? Do you know what support's available to you? So please, if you've got your details or if they're changed, let us know so we can contact you properly. So that's really important. It's a great phone call and it shows that the university really cares for you. Census date. So this is a great one. So students and agents alike, everyone asked the question, what is census date? So census date is the last day students can withdraw from a unit without financial penalty or academic penalty. So what that means is that if you're studying a course, you know it's not right for you, you don't have the capacity to continue it, anything like that, you can withdraw before the 10th of August without any financial or academic penalty. Okay, so you won't get withdrawn bail, you won't get anything like that on your academic transcript. It removes it and you can start again. It's really important that you do this by that day, because if you withdraw or if you just stop studying, you have a real chance of not getting the fees that you've paid back into your account, or your academic transcripts will show that you failed the first couple of classes and you'll have to repeat them, which means you'll have to pay for them again. So please make sure that this course is right for you, it's what you want to do, you enroll properly, and you make sure that going forward, if you have any concerns, any questions, let us know, because we're here to help you, okay? We're wanting you to succeed and we're here to make that happen. If you don't let us know, we won't be able to help. And if you were in our last session yesterday around this, I had a really good quote from Jerry Maguire movie. For those of you who haven't seen it, Tom Cruise at his best, but it's help me, help you. Just let us know, we're here to help. Thank you. So I'll hand back over to Mona, who's just going to go through some questions for us, and let's see what we can do.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kyle. That was nice, short and sweet. I'm actually getting a fair few questions come through, so we might get onto it. While you were on the census date, just this last slide, someone is asking, is that the date to apply for, to apply only, or for offer cancellation? Just a little bit more clarity on that, that would be great.
Yeah, definitely. So this is withdraw from your course or cancel any units that you're doing. So this is the removal of yourself from the ability to study. And this is the census date. This is not the last day to accept or enroll, because that's week 1. That if I go back with the important dates, so if you're accepting your offer and you've got it there, or in your enrolling into your courses to study, you need to do that by the 12th, so then you can continue your studies on the 13th of July for week 1. If you're removing yourself then from that course after you've accepted, that's when census date is. That's the 10th of August. So again, if you're removing yourself from the course and you don't want financial or academic penalty, please do it before the 10th of August or before you started your course, so the 13th of July. Both times are perfectly fine, without any financial or academic penalty. So hopefully that's
Awesome.
answered.
Thanks, Kyle. We've got another question here. How can can I know how long it will take for a student to receive their eStudent login details after acceptance?
Yeah, great question. So with this, I also want to highlight that you need to make sure that you've got your correct details, so your email address. If you're applying through an agent and your agent is using their email address, you won't be able to receive your username and password, because that's a duplicate email address and we don't give personal emails to multiple students. So you need to make sure that you've got your correct email address in your application and your offer, so then we can send you your username and password. And this will take roughly around 48 hours after you're admitted into the system. So once you've accepted your offer, you've paid your fees, and you've completed all your conditions on that offer, within 48 hours you will receive that username and password once you're admitted into the system. If you do not receive your username and password, and you know that you've accepted your offer a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks ago, please get in touch and we'll be able to assist you with that process. But again, you'll be also getting that one-on-one call between now and the 13th of July.
Awesome. Now I've got a fair few questions. I've got one student asking about, and I don't know if you know this, Kyle, but we can get back to you, Aurelia, if we can't answer your question. But in terms of the overseas student health cover, you know how it's part of the letter of offer to pay for it. So I'm not sure if you know, Kyle, do students have to still pay that even though they're studying online, or is that going to be removed?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I was catching up on the information there yesterday or the day before. Now, our admission officers, so we're still issuing out overseas health cover for the full duration of your course. You do have a choice of removing that with your offer letter before you've accepted, and then studying that first semester online. And when you transition to on campus, that's when you can request that overseas health cover. Our admission office will then update that and then make sure that you've got that situated for your visa application. Please note though, if you're receiving your COE, so if you're accepted your offer letter, you want overseas health cover, but you also want a COE, we have to do it all at the same stage, because we have to know in the COE what overseas health cover you're getting, whether it's applied by us or if it's applied by a third party. So please, again, if you want overseas health cover and you want to apply for your visa before you transition online, so on campus, but you're studying online, please apply for overseas health cover in your offer letter and please apply for that visa. If you're doing online only and you don't have intention of transferring on campus and you're not having any intention of applying for a visa anytime shortly, then please do not request the overseas health cover and do not request the COE. But we can send more information in an email to all our students and agents clarifying around the overseas health cover.
Thanks, Kyle. I guess to students who are listening, Studying online for just the semester does not mean you should treat it any differently than coming here on campus. The only difference is that you are just starting your studies online temporarily until it is safe for you guys to come onto campus. So the courses that we're offering that's on campus online delivery, these are courses that we have made available for you students to start online. So therefore, things like overseas student health cover, we still have to be compliant in terms of providing the confirmation of enrollment to you guys. So definitely, as Kyle said, if your intention is to come here and study at some point on campus after this COVID-19 is over, and restrictions are lifted, you still have to pay for your overseas student health cover. Thanks, Kyle. Just another clarification. Now, one of the students' agent informed that they can only do 3 subjects online, but I guess can we just clarify again that students can do 3 to 4 subjects to make sure it's full time, and with the payment schedule like?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So that's quite a common question that we're receiving at the moment in regards to students studying online. It's how many units am I entitled to study, or what am I able to study? Now, as an international student, you are required to study at a full-time load. So you need to study at 3 to 4 units. 3 units is still a full-time load. 4 units is a full-time load, and the maximum of anyone can study in one semester. Now, the reason why we state that you're an international student, you're required to study full-time, even though it's online, is because we still have the duration of the course. So we're still issuing out COEs for the visa for the duration of that course. And if you're doing a master's course, it's 2 years. If it's an undergraduate course, so a bachelor level, it's 3 to 4. And imagine if you restrict that and do, say, 1 to 2 units per semester, that then puts your course duration further. So instead of doing 2 years for the masters, you could do 3 and 4, which means that that visa or the COE that we've issued for you is for the 2 years. You will then have to go through immigration and request an extension of that visa, which can be quite risky. So what we say, and this is with compliance and everything like that, to keep you on the right path, international students must study full-time study load, 3 to 4 units. If you have any confusion, anything like that, please let us know. We'd be more than happy to assist.
Thanks, Kyle. I can see some students getting confused about the acceptance date. Can you just clarify as to what accepting your offer means by the 12th of July?
Definitely, definitely. So if I go back to this slide here, so for students that have not yet accepted your offer, so you've got a valid offer there for semester 2, the July intake, you're wanting to study with us, but you haven't accepted yet. Accepting your offer means that you're cementing your place at the University of Tasmania. So you're signing and making sure that you've accepted and completed all your conditions so you can study with us. An offer to study at the University of Tasmania is not cementing your spot. You need to accept that. Before we can go through the stages of enrolling and census date, you have to accept before the 12th or 13th of July, and that's paying your fees. So if you're confused and you're not quite sure whether or not you've accepted, ask the question, have you paid your fees? If you've yet to pay your fees, you haven't accepted the offer. So please accept and pay before the 12th of July so you can start on the 13th of July. This census date, which I believe is where the confusion's coming from, is if you want to remove yourself from that course after you've accepted. And that's the 10th of August.
Thanks, Kyle. I'm just looking at questions coming through. Kamrul is asking, do you consider concessions on enrollment fees due to COVID-19?
Sorry, can you repeat that? Sorry, Mona?
Sorry. Is there, I guess I'll rephrase the question. Are we providing any discounts on our tuition fees due to COVID-19 pandemic?
No. So we're still treating the fact that you're going to be studying online as you're going to be studying with the University of Tasmania. So we're going to give you top of the art, 100% education, but provided online. It will be the exact same as if you were here on campus. You'll have a lecturer, you'll have a tutorial advisor, you'll have people in your classroom virtually, you'll have assignments to do. Everything will be the exact same, and you're still going to get that 100% academic treatment. So there will be no discount of fees in terms of your tuition fee or anything like that. We are offering a number of different scholarships and financial support options for students. So you can please have a look at the scholarships if they're available to you for that course. If you're unsure if you're eligible for any scholarships, ask the question, ask your agent. If you're coming through direct, ask one of us. We'd be more than happy to assist you and point you in the right direction. But at this stage, no, we do not have any concession for tuition fees.
Thanks, Kyle. Sorry, there's a few questions coming through. Can you just clarify the difference between, there's someone asking, Franco, saying, is it necessary to study full-time even for international students taking postgraduate courses online, even if we don't move to Tasmania at all? I mean, I guess the question is for distance learning, is there a cap as to how many units they study? And I guess the difference between that, guys, is online delivery on campus means your intention is to come here, so you need to be enrolled full time, but distance is different. And I'll let Kyle explain that to you guys.
Yeah, definitely. So if your intention is to only study your course online through distance learning, you're not required to study at a full-time load because you're not restricted to compliance purposes for your visa. You're doing it at your own pace in your own country through your own computer. So we will supply the units, we'll supply the academic support through for you. You'll get the same treatment as you would to a full-time person on campus, but you're doing it at your pace through that distance learning. So this is applicable for a number of courses for students that want to study at the same time of working or have other conditions or anything that they're doing in their home country. I know when I was traveling, I was continuing to study. So I was doing 1 to 2 units per semester while I was out working, seeing the world. I was able to just log in 10, 15 hours a week, do my study and go on and do other things. So distance learning is not the same as on-campus learning. You do it at your own pace without the restriction of a visa or the restriction of any compliance as an international student. If your intention is to study on campus, but you're starting online, as Mona said, you're still viewed as an on-campus student, but you're starting online with the intention of coming on campus when available. So you're still treated as an international student on campus and still under those restrictions of the compliance of your full-time study load for the duration of your course. Hopefully that answered. If you have confusion, please send us an email and we'll be more than happy to call you.
I'm just going to clarify again, there's still some confusion around the acceptance date. So just to the audience, your last date to accept is the 12th of July. By accepting, what that means is that you're going to pay your tuition fee as well as officially accept your letter of offer by signing it. Once that's provided in our systems, you will be officially admitted into our course. So Han, your question was what will happen after the 12th of July? What will happen is you'll be officially admitted into the course automatically once everything is okay in the background and we receive your payment. After that, you will be able to enroll in your subjects. Kyle, there's 2 questions. How do students pick what do they want to enroll in? That was one question. And the next question was, is there any specific date as to deferring your application?
Yeah, definitely. So if your intention, I'll answer the deferral one first before I go into greater detail about the unit selection. So if your intention is to defer your offer, please do so before the 12th of July, or as we've stated, if you haven't accepted your offer, it means you haven't cemented your spot at the University of Tasmania. So you haven't received your logins, you haven't paid, you can defer at any time. But if your intention is to study for semester 2, please accept your offer before the 12th of July. If you're not intending to accept and study in semester 2 and your intention is semester 1, so February 2021, you can defer your offer at any stage because you're not going into any financial or contract with the University of Tasmania. You're able to do that with no financial or academic penalties. So please, if your intention's to defer, you can do that at any time. If your intention's to study with us for for July 2020, accept your offer before the 12th of July. Now,
Awesome.
the question
Go on,
around
Kyle.
question around unit selection. Now, this is a great one because each course is different. Now, all students will not need to study the same courses because guess what? You're all in different courses. You're all in different units. So what you need to do, if you're intending to study semester 2, accept your offer before the 12th of July, you will receive your username and password, which will allow you to admit into the system. What that means is you'll be able to log in and select the units you want to enroll. Now, this is where it starts to get tricky. What units do I need to enroll into? What's required of me as a prerequisite or to go forward throughout my study through that course planner or through the pathway? There's 2 things you can do. The first one is view our website. If you jump on the course that you're interested in, on our website, we have a full breakdown of the units that you're required to do. So this will give you an example of, okay, this is my pathway. These are the units available to me. And guess what? They'll also be available in your planner. So when you're going to enroll into your units, it's pretty much like for like. You'll be able to log in with your username and password that you've got, and you'll be able to see what units are available for you to enroll in that semester. A lot of the time, they're going to be introductory first year units. Whether or not it's an undergrad or a postgrad, they're going to be core units that you have to enroll in for the first 4 units of that semester. They're pretty much going to be straightforward, introductory to the concepts, the learnings, the teachings that you're going to do throughout the duration of your course. And then as you go through, so once you get into semester 2, you'll have those units available to you as well. So you'll log in, they'll be available to show what units you have to do. Keeping in mind, and I threw a term out there called prerequisite. Now, a prerequisite unit is a unit that you need to do before you can then transfer or go forward in your journey to that next semester unit. Now, a lot of the time when you've gone to enroll into that unit, it may ask you have not done the prerequisite or you have met the conditions of this unit. That means you can enroll into it. If it's saying that you have not met the prerequisite of that unit, it means you haven't done that intro unit to lead up into it. And that's a really tricky situation that a lot of students get stuck in. So what we tend to do and what the information that we tell you to do is give us a call. We're course information officers. We'll be able to help you enroll into what units you need to do. And of course, attend orientation. Okay, 6th of July, you'll be able to find out what units you need to do, how to enroll into them. There'll be short videos and everything like that, but it's not that difficult. As soon as you log in, your whole planner will be there and what units you need to accomplish. Cross-check with the website. It'll be there, a whole list of the units that you have to complete. And remember, 4 units is full-time, 3 units is full-time. So if you're an international student with your intention to study on campus and you're going to be applying for that visa, you are required full-time study load, so 3 and 4 units to enroll into. If you've got any questions, anything like that, let us know. And again, you'll be getting that one-on-one personal call, which will allow you to get that information as well on how to enroll. It is confusing, it is tricky. If you've never done it before, it's a lot of information to take in, but you will have that support available to you.
Thanks, Kyle. One last question before we wrap it up. It looks like we've answered majority of the students' questions. In terms of, so can you just clarify really quickly about if a student gets a visa refusal and what happens to their fees? And also there was another question about, I guess if students could not meet certain conditions due to holdups on not being able to get results from a second institution, etc., because of COVID-19. The whole idea of post-acceptance as well, about assessing them for scholarships, etc., really quickly before we wrap it up. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. So on that, so if you get a visa refusal, a visa refusal, you are entitled to your money back. It doesn't matter at what stage, you are entitled to your money back, because it's not a decision you have made to stop studying with us, and it wasn't the university's decision for you to not study with us. It's an outside party's influence, and the visa that you need to study with us, if you're unsuccessful in getting that, then you will be entitled to that 100% refund. Please note that, again, if you've started your study and we're transitioning online to on-campus, situation still remains the same. If you've got a visa refusal, you're unable to come, you are entitled to that 100% refund. And again, if that happens to you, if you do get that visa refusal, get in touch with your agent or get in touch with us. We'll be able to talk you through the refund process and what happens next. But please, like I say again, ask the questions, reach out for support. We're here to help you. So if you're unsure about something, just let us know. But visa refusal, 100% refund. For students that haven't met the conditions on their offer, that want to accept with us but can't because they're waiting on an academic transcript from another university, or they're waiting on an IELTS to become available so they can do that test, anything like that. So please note that we cannot allow you to accept or enroll in your study until you've met the conditions of your offer. So if you're not going to do that before the 13th of July, we need to defer you to the next intake. So that's just getting in touch with us, saying and giving us a date of when the next available course that you want to do. So if it's the next one, which is semester 1, 2021, we'll be able to defer your offer to give you that time to meet the condition and accept for the next available intake. And if your condition is going to be released within that first week or even that second week of classes, you have to let us know, because what we will do then is we'll seek approval to have you start as a late arrival. So be able to start your courses within that first week or second week based on the condition that you have to meet. So if you know that you're not going to get your IELTS or academic transcript until after the 13th of July, within that week, let us know. We'll seek that approval for you. And we'll get back in touch. So please, if you don't tell us and you come to us week 2 saying that I've done this, I want to accept my offer, please know that you might most likely not be allowed to accept and start. We'd still have to ask that permission. But if we ask it before the 13th of July, we ask permission for late arrival, then there's a high chance, a most likely chance, that we'll be able to get you accepted and start after that 13th of July deadline. Hopefully
Thanks so
that
much,
answers.
Carl. Yeah, it
Yeah.
did. And before we wrap it up, I'll just clarify, we had a question about whether a student is able to continue studying online even if their visa got refused. If students are interested in that, we have to make sure that the course is also eligible as distance study, which is different to on-campus online delivery. So we just want to make sure that distinction is clear. Distance study, there's only set number of courses where you're eligible to study online throughout the whole course. And then there's a lot of other courses we've added just to make it available for students to be able to start temporarily online with the intention of coming back to campus to study. So there's a big distinction between that. If you end up getting, unfortunately, a visa refusal and you want to continue studying online, we just have to make sure that the course that you're studying has to be eligible as a distance study. Okay, I hope that's clear. Thank you so much, Carl, for your time today. We did go over time, but it was really good to see so many questions coming through and interested students. As Carl mentioned, please call the recruitment line if you guys have any questions. We are from the recruitment team. we're more than happy to help you. Shoot us through an email, give us a call. To wrap it up, last day to accept your offer is the 12th of July to accept your letter of offer and to make payment, okay? Thank you guys so much. Thanks for joining all of our sessions. We've really appreciated having you all here. And thanks to Kyle for doing another recap on our admissions. And hope you all have a great day. Thank you so much. Do you want to give
No
us a
worries.
spin,
Thank you so
Kyle?
much. I can give you a spin.
Give us a spin. There you go.